You guys are voting for Reynor so far. I feel like Solar has won like the last 3 in a row, no? Am I coping, or has Solar won 3 times in a row? Solar, Reynor. 2-1, 3-2, 2-1. Yeah. 3 in a row. Before that, it was twice Reynor, then Solar. Solar currently on a 3-series win streak. Can we snap that tonight? Or are these Solar timings once more going to be a little too much to deal with? It is about time. Exactly. If you ever stand at the roulette wheel and you see red 3 times in a row, I mean, come on. The next one is black, right? That's like inevitable. What could ever go wrong? Probably low number as well. Low black for the boys, as we call it. Has never failed us. I like how the moment I show illegal X on only 100,000 points get wagered on Solar. That's what you're saying, and it's science. And science is what we're all about on this channel. But I think it's time for a science victory. And Solar, great guy, very smart, but he ain't capable of delivering a science victory. Reynor on the other end, certified scientist. Yeah, last Katowice was good for me as well. I feel like I went to Katowice so many years in a row that obviously there were like 1 or 2 bad years for sure. I had one amazing year like 5 years ago. Then I took all that Polish money and I went to the hotel lobby and I just bought like bottles for everyone and French fries and hamburgers. That was really cool. And the last time was pretty good as well. Last time we cooked. Went with Zombie Grub on the opening night. Alright, let's go.
Let's get it on.
Quarterfinals of the Monday Night Weekly. Winner of this tournament gets 200 bucks. The second place gets 100. Third, a 60. Fourth place, 40. And of course, it is good practice for the gamers as we're getting closer and closer to the Esports World Cup. Does that mean that they could be holding back, that they don't want to show certain things? Absolutely. Should that mean it's going to be any less fun for us? Hell no. Bottom left side, it's the Italian Stallion representing BASILISK. We're giving out his player card tonight in the Discord. It is Reynor. Actually have the Solar card too, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I want to get up. Okay, I'm gonna try to get up. Do I have a Solar card? Top left side, we're looking at the main base of one of the 2 players that will be representing Falcons, the team that is gonna try to become back-to-back world champions of esports by winning the Club World Cup. It is a Solar. You're visiting my town on Saturday for a rave. Any suggestions on what to visit? I'll have Sunday free. Are you sure you're going to be fresh on Sunday, mate? If you're going to a rave on Saturday. Where is this rave? You're going to RotterdaM the one weekend I'm going to be in Krefeld? What is that? You should come to Home Story Cup. Fuck that rave, man. You can be drinking and having fun with Starcraft 2 nerds. That's way more fun. We're peaceful. No violence. Rave at Roddy's house, that'd be very bad because I'm not here. I do not trust. I welcome a lot of you guys to visit me if you're ever by and you're like, Roddy, I've been watching you for a long time. Can I see your setup? Can we have a whiskey? Sure, you'd be welcome. But I'm gonna have to be home. No one is entering my place if I ain't here. On the Zee boatloads? I've never heard of that, mate. Where the fuck is that? I'm gonna look it up. That means submarine, by the way, for the people who are wondering. On the Zee boatloads. Is it near the Maas Silo or? Wait, what? Okay. Wait. Is that where that cruise ship is laying? Like the SS RotterdaM? I have legit never been to that part. Yeah. That's in a bit of an odd part of the city. It's not something that you normally casually end up in. I hope it's fun, mate. Be safe. Be responsible. And on Sunday, I hope for you that the weather is good. And then I would just recommend going to City Centrum, like the city square where the town hall is. Maybe the Kop van Zuid. I don't know what you're into, but you'll have fun in those areas for sure. Absolutely, Dragon Gal. Totally welcome. Sounds like a made-up name. No, on the zeeboot would mean submarine. That is the way that we say submarine in Dutch. And loads is like warehouse, storage, whatever. So the word does make sense. It is not made up. We've got Lingbane on both sides. Solar is the one dropping an evolution chamber. ZVZ in this day and age, because people just got better and the timings are even sharper. I feel like it's more unpleasant to play than ever before. A lot of mind games, and even the best players in the world are going to get it wrong. We've seen Serral once or twice have a misread where he's turtling and he's not tacking up of a lower drone count. It honestly seems very frustrating to play. PvP I think can be a bit frustrating, but I do feel a lot of it is in your own hands. Well, ZVZ, you're going to have to make some choices in the dark. No matter how good your scouting is, you cannot possibly see everything. It's proper frustrating, I think, for the best gamers out there that just want to play fair and straight up games and want to multitask and run by. And often you will not be able to showcase much of that. Making fun of the Dutch language is a #1 activity when visiting the Netherlands. To me, it doesn't sound that bad. I know it's not like the prettiest language, but it's not that bad. To me, German sounds so much worse. But most Americans that I've ever spoken to strongly disagree with that statement. I guess there is something to it. Hey, U-Boats. Thank you, Phil Harmonic Matey, for the 67 months. Hello, Lino. Down for a cast? Yeah, if you want to cast, we can do that. I mean, Pi also redeemed the cast. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know if he's serious or not. We can do some co-casting tonight. I feel like I haven't done co-casting in a while, so I can open the doors for some co-casting. Dutch is just a 5-year-old German kid trying to speak English. Dutch is way better than German. I will die on the hill even if nobody agrees. That's fine. Guys, Reynor has stacked up. We've got a Lair. We've got Roach Speed. Solar, to the surprise of very few people out there, is doing his best Lewis Hamilton impression while staying on 44 drones, not tacking up. And he's going to grab all of his units real soon, and he's going to attack Reynor. Reynor has just made 4 drones. That is really bad news. I feel like I've seen this game 3 times in the last few months. Reynor has stacked up, Reynor has made a few too many workers, and Solar is going to grab everything he has. Rally it to the other side of the map. Roaches, Ravages, +1 missile attacks, and a few Banelings in the mix as well. And now this game just comes down to one thing and one thing only, and that is, can Reynor hold? Reynor could lose, I would say, 20 drones here and still be totally fine. But I don't know if he can ever hold. Well, I mean, he's got a lot of units, but he doesn't have +1 missile attacks. Which means that the Zerglings are going to be annoying, but maybe that's where the Banelings come in very handy. We're going to have to micro, we're going to pull back the Queens. Can Reynor pull off a stunning hold? Honestly, it looks kind of promising. Reynor's got a lot of roaches, and the Queen's transfuses should be able to help out. We've got a couple spine crawlers that are done, 3 of them. He could maybe move them forward. Wow. No Evo chamber, no problem? Or is there still a problem? I don't know. Solar is morphing a couple of very low HP roaches right in the front. I don't think those are going to finish up. And the spines of Reynor, it is mega close, guys, but I think the spines are going to make the difference here. Or is it the Zerglings of Solar that are going to make the difference? Because Reynor does not have +1 missile attacks. So it takes 3 roaches for his roaches to... 3 hits for his roaches to kill a Zergling. But we do have spines. We've got drones. He cancelled Roach Speed earlier. Oh my goodness, he gets surrounded. The Reynor was so close to stabilizing. But he gets surrounded. That's kind of problematic. He's now forced to pull the drones. It's happening again. It's 90 supply against 90 supply, but it's so many Zerglings. And not having +1 missile attacks makes life so complicated. Maybe a couple Banelings, Reynor. I feel like 2 or 3 Banelings in Reynor's life is so much easier, but he just doesn't have any links anymore. It's so close. Solar. Is it once more? Solar doing Solar things. Couple of corrosive owls, they kind of miss. Still so freaking close. Double Lair on the side of Solar. He's panicking. Solar does no longer feel that he can kill Reynor here. He feels that at this point Reynor's got a few too many defensive roaches out, so Solar is transitioning. I won't say cancel one of his lairs, but... Oh, he did! He did cancel it. At the absolute last second, he cancelled one of his lairs. Wow. But now Solar has also tacked up. Solar is working with a 13 drone lead, and he's got +1. Reynor is the one with roach speed, and Reynor is the one with way more army supply. So Reynor has sort of health, but at what cost? This is very smart by Solar, as long as he doesn't lose too many links quickly. And Solar just needs to buy time. He's got 14 roaches on the production tab. Going up to 4 bases. Reynor's going up to 4 bases. It was a good hold, but was it good enough? I think it's kind of risky for Reynor to be here. Who came out ahead? And if Reynor gets nothing done, I would say Solar is ahead because he's got more workers and he's got +1 that's done. +2 well on the way. Reynor is going to be the one to drop a Spire. Is this a proper close game? Sometimes the game is just close and competitive. Where are you from, Kilabit, if I may ask? For you to say that Dutch sounds cool. My language very, very, very rarely gets a compliment. And it's alright, I can live with it. It is what it is. But very rarely do I talk to foreigners and they're like, Dutch sounds alright. It's like, I feel like we are among the most hated languages on the planet. He must be from Mars. You're American from Cali? Alright. Well, I take it. You have a minority opinion, but I'll take it. Pretty beautiful defensive setup here by Reynor, which should mean that Reynor can stabilize. Do you guys think that there is a world where Reynor goes Muda and then Solar goes Corruptor? Do you guys think there is a good chance that this is going to be Muda versus Corruptor? Good job by Reynor gunning down a couple of the Ravagers that were a little bit too far forward. Did a Solar scout the Spire of Reynor? That's what I'm kind of wondering about. Solar and scouting? No. Solar did not scout. Which probably means that he's just going to make Mudas too. Yeah, he is going to make Mudas. Oh, I want to say an economy that has been bigger for a while. At this point it's incredibly competitive. Reynor has only made 3 Mutalisks though. So Reynor basically makes a couple of Mutalisks. But because he's worried about maybe being overrun on the ground, he goes straight back into Roaches. While Solar is just making way more Mutalisks. This game is honestly kind of silly. It's been a fun, intriguing, somewhat back and forth ZVZ that's just been very hard to call. I think a bit of a guessing game for both players as well, but it is 9 Mutas now against 4. And that does not bode very well for Reynor as he's now going to end up losing his Ravagers. Is there a world where Reynor goes Corruptus? No, he drops the Hydra then. I don't know if that's going to work. Honestly, I feel like this is very questionable on Reynor's side. Like, yes, he's going to kill a couple drones, but he's going to lose so freaking much that I think he's going to be incredibly vulnerable to the counter. I don't think this was the call, guys. I think Reynor just lost way more than he was supposed to lose. The average American probably doesn't even know the Dutch is the language. Nah, they do. Last time I was in Austin, I played some poker there in the Lodge Poker Club. And I had a man sitting next to me. And he asked me where I was from. So I said I was from the Netherlands. And he's like, what do they speak over there? And I was like, Dutch. And in his mind, Dutch and Danish were the same language. Then he went on a rant about 6 minutes about how his wife met some men from either the Netherlands or Denmark. I don't know how he spun it. But he just kept on talking about Danish to me. And I felt really bad about interrupting him because he was so passionate about his story. And when it was all over, I just kind of nodded. I was like, yeah, but Dutch and Danish are not the same. He's like, wait, what? I was like, no, like, Danish is what they speak in Denmark, and Denmark is above Germany. And in the Netherlands, they speak Dutch. And he just kind of shrugged it off. He's like, oh. Well, I mean, he's like, the story did happen. I was like, yeah, sure, but that's really awkward. As Reynor has 8 Hydras coming in from the left, but these Hydras are very exposed. And the Ravages are very naked on the right side. I think Solar is going to do it again, guys. A classic Solar game where at first it is 44 drones and crazy aggression. Reynor sort of holds, but by the skin of his teeth, falls behind, tries to counter, gets something done, not a whole lot done. Goes Mudas, but doesn't want to make too many Mutalisks because he was afraid that he would lose out on the ground. But instead it was Solar making even more Mudas, and now I think Reynor is just kind of dead. The Muda count is crazy freaking high. I don't know how the man does it, but Falcon Solar keeps on and getting away with it. What a man. A single G. Can we turn this around, guys? Was the game as soft as the geography knowledge? Honestly, Figaro, I was kind of getting clapped. I'd love to talk a big game about how I took their money, but I kind of got clapped. But I feel like I just ran it really bad. I got it in good twice, and then I lost, and I think I was on a bit of tilt, so then I started spewing, and I lost even more. Like, the lodge was not kind to me. Overall, it was just maybe like a bad day to visit. There wasn't too much fun happening. Oh my god. I'm not sure, mate. It should be west, central west. But I didn't check. Solar now says that he didn't know what server they played on, and he's wondering if he can get west in game 2. But it should normally always be west, central west. Because it's much later for the Koreans, so they get the ping advantage. Silvano is asking right now for +1 player at Home Story Cup. Where is he asking? What do you think, Bully? Are we bringing that mouse and keyboard, baby? We should get Alex. Let's invite Alex. Alex for Home Story Cup. Italian Alex, so we can actually see him. Because I'm starting to believe that Alex is just like Max. This needs to end. I didn't check. If Reynor took all the Muda... Well, I think if Reynor makes nothing but Mudalist, the game is very even, if not even good for Reynor. Because Reynor, his Spire was quicker, so technically he should start. I know he was mining a little bit less, but it was 4 bases against 4 bases. It should have been 7 gas against 7 gas. I think if Reynor makes nothing but Mudas, Solar maybe has like a tiny Muda lead, but not enough to fly to the other side of the map. But because Reynor only made 3 Mudas and then went back into Roaches, and Solar made nothing but Mudas, while already having a lot of Roaches on the ground, that just worked out perfectly for Solar. That's just some of these ZVZ decisions that you need to make in the dark. Reynor just didn't want to be too greedy and didn't want to make too many Mudas at once, because Mudas are expensive, and only in high numbers can they really make a difference in Roach Ravager against Roach Ravager. So he played it very safe, and because of that, he got himself in all sorts of trouble.
Round 2, fight!
Which means we are down 0-1 in the quarterfinals of the upper bracket. The winner of this best of 3 will move on to play against the Prince of Denmark, Max Pax, who's waiting in the semis. This is BASILISK Reynor. And we are raffling away his EWC 2024 player card tonight. This beauty, if you want to win it, you have to join the BASILISK Discord. ! Discord. There is a message in the Starcraft 2 channel there, and all you have to do is click on Roddy, Rhonda, or Rico, the 2 puppies, and you'll be in contention to win it. And I'll just mail it out to you. And if you want me to kiss the envelope, I'll do that. If you want to spray some perfume, we can make it happen. We're gonna hand it out tonight. I've been sitting on it for 2 weeks. Today was a good day to hand it out. Pretty decent looking bracket here. If you have Clem and Classic, you've got Max, and we've got Solar and Reynor already in the quarterfinals. Can we get Reynor to sign it? Well, Reynor is not here, so no, not an option now. But obviously, once you have it, you could theoretically try to mail it out to Reynor, see if he wants to sign it, or go to a Starcraft event where Reynor will be attending, like the Esports World Cup 2025, and ask him to sign it there. Well, I cannot arrange that. That is up to you guys. That is up to the lucky winner. Do Trigger or Serral have cards? Trigger does not have a card from last year. I don't know. From Katowice, maybe 2024 Katowice, I think Trigger has a card. But he was obviously not part of the Esports World Cup. Or was it? No, last year. No, was this year we had no Kato. Last year we had a Kato, right? Yeah. Serral did, of course, have a card. And we have it. Ooh, it's very beautiful. But yeah, Trigger should have one Katowice card. Because the cards were only... Well, actually, they were made for one of the DreamHacks as well. Because I've got a couple of tiny, like DreamHack Atlanta, DreamHack Dallas cards as well. But they were a bit slimmer. Still looked good. They were awesome to collect. But the Esports World Cup cards, I think, are the most beautiful ones they've made. Maybe one day Allison BASILISK will be so big that we can make an entire card collection, sell it in booster packs, so people can open it, and the Roddy card is going to be the most valuable and special one. One of one, I tear a bit of this shirt off and we put it on the card, sign it as well, autographs included. We'll collect we'll contact Wizards of the Coast. They can design all the cards. It's gonna be serious business. The official Basilisk card collection. We're gonna need to recruit approximately 50-60 people to get there, but hey, that's what I'm here for. Why not? Do we guys think that there is a world where Solar will just fire up a lair? He's like, lean back, fire up a lair, build some drones, take it from there. Is a run of ZVZ results is honestly starting to get a little bit ridiculous. And whenever that happens, there are always people who are like, Solar is the best ZVZ player on the planet. And I'm like, I mean, he's really, really, really good at what he does. But if I think of the best ZVZ player on the planet, I think of somebody who's incredibly complete across the board. And is strong in every phase of the game, is strong with every single unit that can be viable in ZVZ. I don't know if that's necessarily true about Solar. But when it comes to the first 10 minutes, he's fucking deadly. I absolutely agree with that. Champ. And Champ's results in the RZL have been impressive. That shop should be coming this year, Athena. It should be coming. But I heard you already... Aren't you well taken care of, Athena? What do you need that Basilisk shop for? But that is something that has really been actively worked on. It's not really my department, so I'm not super in the loop on all of it, but they are working on it. No need to be good in endgame. Sure, but how much longer can we rely on getting the job done in early game ZVZ? Like, it can backfire, even against less Zergs, right? Chem is an amazing player, but I don't think a lot of people predicted Chem to beat Solar. But if you're basically relying on these timings and always showing up with a few more units while being very committed, it can backfire against less skilled players. And Chem is really good, but he's obviously not Serral or Reynor or Solar. So, it's crazy to hear. I know, Ghost. Basilisk has been a little different in that regard, but my entire experience with Basilisk has been very different than every other esports team I've ever been a part of, so it's alright. It is what it is. That shop will come. I think by the time it's there, the products will be beautiful and hopefully of a very high quality. Here we go. Once more. Solar has 15 workers less, but he's got 26 army supply more. That is 23 roaches. Insert the meme of he cannot keep on getting away with this. Well, he's going to try. He is going to try. I do agree that Dog was the best Korean ZVZ player. Solar is so incredibly good in the early game, and his timings hit like an absolute Volvo truck or a Hyundai truck, I guess we should use in this scenario. I don't think Reynor has enough, guys. It is sad, it is painful, but Solar's got 28 army supply more. He's got +1 missile attacks, and he honestly makes it look easy. He just builds roaches, links, ravages, sometimes banelings, sometimes no banelings. Runs to the other side of the map, or 40 or 46 rounds, and he's got more. He just shows up and he's got more. Each and every single time. Cybertruck, I mean, that would be American. That would work for Serral, but... Kia. Kia is Korean, right? Kia and Hyundai. I don't know if Kia makes any trucks, but Solar, his ZVZ, it's like a Kia truck. That means Solar will advance into the upper bracket semifinals to play against Max Packs, and I think that's the series, guys, that I will cover as well. Very often I hop into the lower bracket early, but I think Solar against Max is an interesting one. Solar against Max, and especially after casting 5 million PVTs in a row yesterday, I'd like to do a little PVZ and ZVZ. In the end, by the way, it flipped, and you guys were stronger believers in Solar than you were in Reynor. And Solar has delivered. Congrats to Solar. Semifinals. Means it's not time for Max Packs versus a Solar. Best of 3. Max Packs, Danish P, Solar, Korean Z. Here we go. 10 minutes. Should be good, right? Kia makes lots of trucks. Mostly not for export, though. Then Kia truck works, mate. I was a real trooper yesterday. Excellent casting. And so was ZG. Not just me. I think ZG carry. I support. And we made a good team together. I was a bit tough. Long days. Lots of games. And obviously, like, the matches were so important that they deserve energy and they deserve hype, but it's midsummer over here in the Netherlands. It was freaking hot. And then potentially 4 best of 5, 2 best of 7s. Could have been difficult, but I think in the end it went pretty good. I was happy with it. Especially yesterday, I just had a really good time. Except for those 2 very long games that shouldn't have been that long. Australia on ley lines against Ryong. Don't watch that. Australia against Gumio. I'd say don't watch that. It had potential, but it never really lived up to that potential. But the rest was really fun.